Jamahl, your group was really able to get out and run tonight. 41 fast break points, second most in franchise history. What did you like about your group's ability to get stops and get running the other direction?
I think you hit it right there. Stops to get out and run. We talked about it before the game. That's the point of our defense. We talk about the running game, but it only comes after you get the stops. Not frantic, but the right way. Let your defense create your offense.
Sorry, I thought you had more. Just given what Jalen has gone through the past 8-9 months, how gratifying is it to see performances like this from him, just diving for loose balls and doing what he does?
Doing what he does. I think that's part of what makes Jalen Jalen. His ability to do all the little things, putting his body on the line for those moments, making those hustle plays. I mean, he's going for blocks on 7-footers. Coming down the lane, but those are big plays for us. He made the big play the other night in Golden State, getting a block to finish the game off. So it's who he is, it's what he does. And we need that from him. And as he continues to get back into pure form, I think that's a big key for us.
How close is Jalen to kind of being, kind of fully released from any of the restrictions from his knee? I know his minutes have been bumping up. He's playing kind of longer spurts. Is he closer now to being kind of fully unleashed, so to speak?
I think we're going to have to continue to see how he responds after every game, and a lot of it when we have these next day maintenance days, the recovery days. I think those are very important for our guys just to get the most recovery because these games are coming quick.
Obviously, you talked about him being the head of the snake on defense, but when he's making all these plays, it's maybe been a while since it's kind of been fully realized. How much does that lift everybody else up and set the tone for the way this team needs to play?
I mean, you see what our bench does. When he makes the hustle plays, makes the big block, makes a big three in transition, he stands there for about 30 seconds and looks at the bench, and the bench goes back with him. But he gets the crowd involved, and our fans have been fantastic at home. So I think those are big keys for what he provides for us and what he provides for just this team.
Coach, your team was able to shoot over 50%, 52.9 from the three-point line. Just talk a little bit about shooting the three and getting back on defense.
I think we do a great job of trying to find that balance. A lot of those came in transition, where we got the stop. Guys were feet set threes. We threw it ahead, and they stepped into their shot. I think, Tristan hit one, Jetty hit one, Desmond hit one. I think those guys, the ability to share the basketball, and we're doing it after stops, which is one of the most important things for this group.
Coach asked friends about James had a really good game tonight. Obviously, you're a very competitive coach. One, what are some of the challenges you find in defending someone like a James Harden in the pick and roll? He did a great job in the high-low options, but you guys really did take away the other guys. And the second part of that is, are you willing to settle for certain things coming off of what James does on those high pick and rolls?
Yeah, he's a difficult cover. He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, the way he's able to score, the way he's able to do what he does, I mean, you're not stopping him. I'm probably losing my mind a little bit too much on the referees during the game, but that's what he does. He's a 92% free throw shooter, 38 from three, 52 from the field. Like, he does that. And so he's, while guys are out for his team, he's doing everything he can to help them find a way to get a win. But the difficulty is doing it without fouling. There's a lot of things you can do, but you foul him on the three, you foul him at the rim, and then if you step up too high, he's throwing the lob to Zubac. And so I think those things right there, it's a difficult cover. And what are you willing to live with? Tough contested twos, but he finds a way to not get there. He finds a way to get to the basket and get a foul.
Coach, plus 10 in the turnover margin for plus 20 points off of those turnovers. 6 different players, 4 steals, 4 different players block shots. I'm sure you love those results. Do you credit that defensive activity to anything in particular tonight on top of the different coverages you threw at Harden?
No, I think our coaches did an unbelievable job of putting out a game plan for this, and then looking at it at halftime and seeing how we could be better. And that happened with the fouls. I think he had 12 free throws in the first half, and I think he ended up with 12. So that ability to lock in, and our coaches did a great job adjusting to things at halftime, is part of what this group needs to continue to do. Follow the game plan to a T, and now live with the results.
Another quality win with Desmond and Franz shooting below average. What does those wins mean to the other guys, and how you can benefit from when they get their shooting, for when Paolo comes back and they have to support them?
I think it's just, are we making the right plays? Following our process. Are we getting the open looks? Are we getting downhill? Are we attacking the basket the right way? Are we doing all of those things? And I think we are. I think it just comes down to, concentration on finishes, but they're continuing to make the right play for each other. And they're not worried about the percentages of shooting. They're worried about finding a way to help this team get wins, and that's what makes them both competitive winners.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.